familiar with this lady called the trophy wife?
Kinda.
You know anything about her? Because I'd be happy to explain it to you. This story got put on my desk, man. I always wanted to say that.
Explain away.
It wasn't really put on my desk, but I've always wanted to say that. Um, a trophy wife. Now, are you familiar with like? Okay, so I want to say she's like the female red pill person. All right, telling women what to
Hmm.
do. Are you familiar with the word hypergamy?
Nope, but I got Google.
So yeah, look that up real quick. But I'll continue my spiel. Now, hypergamy is pretty much like the idea of finding better always in the dating room. Now, here's my problem. As before I get into this story about these
Dating up.
dating up, pretty much. Here's my problem. The same way I feel about these red pill guys with like Myron and Fresh and Fit. Now all of a sudden they're going on a rant, calling everybody the N word and using prejudice terms. I can't call it racist. People always confuse racism with prejudice. Anyway, but I feel like all of these guys who show you how to live luxurious lives and date more people and sleep with more people, they always have skeletons in their closet, and it's a grift. To me, it's the best grift ever. The whole dating coach thing and the whole red pill, even the women dating coaches who teach these women how to do things and how to get married, even though they're not married themselves. It's all a grift because it's easy to make money off of people who want something more for themselves. Okay, it's easy. This lady here on YouTube. Her name is Isis or whatever. 2.2 million views. The video is just titled "I Married a Monster," and I'm like, "Oh, what is this about?" She's trending all over TikTok. I'm like, "Okay, cool." Turns out, this woman is a mid-20s woman who her whole business is telling women how to find a husband or whatever. She marries a man in his 50s. She already comes with two children. All right, she has two boys. He ends up getting her pregnant. She has more kids by the guy. Now she goes on YouTube, bro, makes a whole video about her husband, talking about he molested their daughter, who's 4 years old, 50-year-old man, whatever. She finds her one day with her bottom parts not feeling too well. She says her dad did it. Now, mind you, let me just ask you in reality, you as a person, when you find out something so gruesome happened to your child, let's say it's your little sister, your little brother, what is the first thing you do? Is it make a YouTube video or is it just do anything else besides sit down, set up your camera, and make a YouTube video with no tears in your eyes? Which one would it
I'm
be?
gonna go with option B.
Whichever option B even is, because we don't have an option.
Yeah.
But anything else besides,
I would do anything but record myself.
because for me to set up this setup that we're recording this video on, it took me an hour. All right, I got to get lighting. I got to get my tripod. I got to set up the camera. I got to turn the camera on. Got to make sure I'm nice and center in the middle. All the fancy stuff. While you find out this news about your 4-year-old. Now, mind you, there's a lady. Shout out. I forget her name, but she does true crime stories. I watched the whole video. Really, really good breakdown. A whole bunch of domestic violence stuff happening. Child neglect, and it turns out that they're saying that it was the guy, the husband's aunt. It's all this messy stuff. But I say all this to say, bro, we reached a place in the internet where people are so vulnerable to following other people's lives that they will believe anything. I have a personal
I agree.
vendetta. I have a personal vendetta against these dating coaches and these people because I know majority of them are fucking lying. I have a personal vendetta because I know they're lying. Like
Man,
me and you are human beings, and we both know that perfect life that these motherfuckers are selling is not real, bro.
at all. It's the fairy tale thing.
It's the fairy tale thing, bro. Like when you go
Life is
outside,
about growing and connecting and not just finding my one true love. No, that's not a thing. People evolve over time.
and I'm like, all these, and I feel like the dating world is fucked up right now, bro. And I try to act like it's not, but it really is because all these, and I feel like it wasn't this bad a few years ago. I feel like right now it's terrible. And if you got a relationship, I say just keep that shit because it's so bad right now that when I talk to people or just see what people are thinking and how people actually, it almost feels like I'm on Instagram scrolling. It doesn't even feel real.
I
It's like
agree.
these people are getting their talking points from reels and TikToks. So I'm like, wait,
I
time
agree.
out. You are the same chick sleeping on the air mattress, but really telling you, is this really affect? And then even like the dude Cooley from the No Fugazis podcast got exposed for having a whole family and all this different stuff. I think we really got and the grift works, but my problem is that people are still getting sold into it and they're putting it into their own household, messing up their own relationships in real life, following people who don't even practice what they preach. That's what has me pissed off about all this shit, bro. That's what's making me frustrated, man. But anyway, that lady, the trophy wife, I mean, she's probably the biggest thing talked about right now. To pull 2 million views on a YouTube video is hard work. That's 2.2 million views is a lot of
Oh,
numbers in a week.
yeah.
That's a lot of views.
Yeah.
2.2 million,
Sure.
and the guy hasn't been arrested. I don't know too much about how that situation works when you put allegations on a person, but nobody has been arrested, and it's been months. Does that not raise a red flag?
It's concerning.
And I'm like, yo, this guy didn't lose his job. Um, you guys are both still free. And then the kicker is she started a GoFundMe. Now, mind you, if you're some trophy wife, you're telling women how to strike big, how to find a extravagant, but now you got to start a GoFundMe. And there were rumors of them having a divorce. Now you got to start a GoFundMe as soon as you and but you're telling women how to see. This is what I'm saying. Like people don't add two and two together. Now, mind you, you had coaching programs and everything. You're taking more money from people in a GoFundMe after you were already having coaching programs and consultations. Where's all your money at? Bro, I don't know
It's a
how we
sad
got here.
case, but it sounds like that shit.
And I
Pedophiles are a disgusting breed.
and it's the real it's their biological dad. The girl's biological dad, bro. And I don't want to say that anybody's wrong because we gotta wait to see what the courts say, but no one's been arrested. It's been months. You go on YouTube and make videos about it, and you don't address it in your house. You said I tried to stay quiet, blah blah blah. But then there's rumors coming out that her son is actually the one doing all this, and she just doesn't want the world to know it's her son because her son is actually one of those bad kids who's just doing crazy stuff and pushing people down the stairs and doing all type of crazy. So everybody has those. Everybody knows that one bad kid. That
Wow.
yeah, everybody knows that one person that has a bad kid who doesn't want to believe they're bad. Everybody knows that type of parent, bro. You know what I'm saying? And from the sounds of it, internal people in her family are saying she has one of those type of sons. And I know because I know a lot of people like that in my personal life who have kids like that. You know, so but I think the biggest problem here, bro, is that people believe and when I'm reading the comments on TikTok and stuff, and this is how I know we live in a generation where you either produce content or you consume content. And if you don't really take a step back and really analyze everything, people will believe anything they see on the internet, bro. They'll believe anything because a lot of
That's a
young
fact.
yeah, a lot of women live vicariously through these women who have these extravagant Disney World, Pink's magic slipper Disney lives, bro. And I know it's tough, man. I
Yep.
know it's tough, but it's just heartbreaking to see the world that we live in and how people are so vulnerable to these things, man. Because yo, there's really girls out here who follow her and then they watch her stuff and go back to their boyfriend and try to start doing that shit. And the whole time this lady is living a fucking lie.